Titan Souls. So, this is a game by Devolver Digital. I don't know if it's Devolver Digital or Devolver Digital Entertainment, but this is Devolver Digital, which I believe also made Hotline Miami. Is one that they're probably best known for in terms of like indie games, kind of quick, fast-paced kind of games. But yeah, this is a bit different. As you can see, I already have a profile. We're not going to be using that. We're going to be taking a look from the start. No, don't enable cross save. So basically, the gist of this game is you play as this little dude, or this little character. I haven't actually finished this game, which is unfortunate, but I'm going to tell you what I know. You play as this little it reminds me a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus, mixed with something like, something akin to Hotline Miami, because it gives you that quick start after you die. And believe me, you will be dying unless you are very well versed in this game. So yeah, you press square, to draw back the arrow and the bow, and then you can hold it, and with the left stick you can target. You're gonna go the other way. Yeah. And then you can tap circle to roll, which you're going to be seeing in a second, and then hold it to run. Yeah. Thank you, game. So I'm starting from the beginning, so giving you these little pseudo tutorials for my voice is probably not all that helpful. But we're going to be taking on at least one of the first 4 bosses. That's my goal. Just to kind of show you how the gameplay works and how each boss... We'll go to each boss so you can see what's different. One thing that I do want to mention that I don't want to forget about ever is the music and sound in this game. The music and sound design in this game is amazing. Even if you don't like the actual game itself, or the gameplay, or how it's designed, or anything like that, you got to give props to the sound guys. Because Devolver Digital did a kick-ass job with sound. So this is the first boss you kind of get an encounter with. It's just a big jelly ball. And there I go. I didn't mean to roll there. I tapped the wrong button. But the gist of this fight is that you split him down. So if you've ever played The Binding of Isaac, there is a boss just like that with very similar mechanics. Where is he? I want to say he's over there. Which he's not. Which is fine. Ooh, I did get him, though. Ooh, that was lucky. So I don't really have a super great strategy for this boss. Yeah, there you go. So the main idea of this boss is you split him down into subsections until you get the heart by itself. Then you hit the weak point, which is the heart itself, and then one hit kills the boss. One hit also kills you. So that's kind of the gimmick, you could say, to this game. Is that it's one hit, one kill, both boss and your little dude man here, your character. Yeah, I had a lot of issues with this boss when I first played this game. I remember that specifically because I rolled into him. Because it kind of has a Souls, it's called Titan Souls. Did I even say that? This game's Titan Souls, made by Devolver Digital. I figure if I open on the the title screen, I don't have to reiterate that. But yeah, this is Titan Souls. And it kind of has that Souls, Dark Souls, FromSoft's. Oh, Dark Souls. I thought this boss would be at least partially easy. At least a little bit. Partially is not the right word there. At least kind of easy. But yeah, there's one particular boss which I remember vividly. In one of the snowy section of this game, which is just a beast. Ooh, I'm surprised I didn't die. I mean, he is just... Oh, I felt like I kind of got robbed because I saw that one jump. I don't know. This game can very easily trigger that temper in some people who just can't take, like, the learning aspect of, like, Souls. Damn it. Oh, and I didn't get my arrow. Alright, well, maybe... Oh, no. Alright. So, yeah, you can break out of your... not stun, because it's not a stun state. It's like a, grabbing the arrow. Yeah, there we go. That's the boss. So, I made that look a lot easier than it probably is for some people that are just starting out. But, yeah, and then you retrieve your arrow. You press and hold square to retrieve your arrow. And that's what draws out the boss encounter. Like, finishes the boss encounter. Before this, you can't actually finish a boss. You have to draw out your arrow. So, that's kind of what I mean by it reminds me a lot of Shadow of the Colossus as well, is that you draw the actual soul into yourself. And I know when this game first came out, which it's been a while, I think it's been a few months, if not a little over a year. When this boss first came out, or when this game first came out, hello, Mr. Bossman. The idea was that it was a lot like Shadow of the Colossus mixed with the learning curve aspect of like Dark Souls with the fast-paced Devolver gameplay of something like Hotline Miami. Oh, I got fried. Alright, yeah, this boss I'm assuming will be a lot harder. So, if you can't tell, his weak point is his eyeball. And I'll show something off here in a minute or two, which I'm sure I'll die again, so it won't take long. But your arrow cannot actually move. Woo! Past him. So yeah, you really kind of you have to know where... Oh, there we go. That was close. That was very clutch. But we got him. And I don't know if any of these bosses actually have a name or anything of that sort at all. But they have symbols. So on the top of their, like, quote-unquote temple or the entrance to their boss room, they will have... And he sits dead. Gray. So yeah, the little symbol, not the glowing one, but the one above that, is the symbol for, like, the boss. So this one's a heart. So yeah, we're going to run back here. So yeah, we've killed the left and the right, or the left and the boss that's forward. So we've killed the, the heart, and then up to the left here, we've killed the eyeball. So now, it's on to this one, which I believe is brain? I don't know. I think it's something like that. Yeah, I remember this one. This one was kind of a pain in the ass. Really a pain in the ass. Because what you have to do, you have to basically... The whole mechanic of the fight is you have to get the big block of ice to run over the block, and you can imbue your arrow with the fire. Yeah, and I died. I got squished. But what happens when you do that is when you hit the ice with your fire arrow, it will melt the ice, giving you a clear shot on the brain, which after that point it becomes simple. There we go. So yeah, it was literally that easy. But it's less ease and more a lucky run. So, just bear in mind that how fast I do these is not necessarily, you know, it shouldn't be taken, these bosses shouldn't be taken lightly, especially the first ones, because they will be noticeably difficult. They do get harder, and it seems like, from what I've seen of the game, it seems like the difficulty, it amps up for sure. Alright. Ooh, I got squished. I didn't roll in time. But yeah, this is a very different boss than what we just fought. So yeah, all of these and then this one. So we got one more left, and then we'll finish up this little quick look, because I don't want to spoil too much. I'll probably get to the next checkpoint, and then I will give this a rest. Because I don't really want to spoil anything, because this game is a lot like Hotline Miami. It's really fun to watch, but it's an experience. It is very much its own experience. Wow. I am kicking these beginning bosses in their teeth. Like, surprisingly, like, this is not a good representation of how difficult these bosses are if you do not know the strategy. And that's the fun of this game, is figuring out the strategy to the bosses. So I'm actually not going to fight the next set of bosses, the next 4. I'm going to completely let everyone else decide that for themselves, because the next set of bosses are really what... Yeah, and this door will not actually open until you get those 4 souls. So you need to do the tutorial, like their, quote-unquote tutorial, before this door will actually open. And then you ascend. But yeah, the fun of this game and the experience of the entire game itself is learning how to fight these bosses yourself. Not looking it up on the internet, not looking at a guide, actually learning how to fight these bosses. But yeah, it's the discovery is the biggest part of Titan Souls. Very much like a Dark Souls or Demon Souls game. The discovery is a huge chunk of the game. And so you can see here, this is a door I never opened. So, I assume, and this is an assumption, this little light block is reminiscent of the bosses we just fought, or is a representation of the 4 bosses we just conquered. So, each one of these grayed out ones is another set. Now, if those sets include 4 total, I'm not sure. But the game seems to be based much on symmetry and strategy, so I would assume the rest of the game itself is based on around 4s. So, yeah, that is very much... I mean, this is not a short game unless you know exactly where to go and exactly what to do. And when to do it. And that, again, is a good part of the discovery. Run around. Explore. It is a beautiful little game to look at. The visuals are actually very reminiscent of a Nintendo game. I don't actually know if it's Nintendo, but it's a game that's available on the 3DS called Cave Story. And it is an absolutely beautiful looking game, kind of pixely like this one is, but very cool to look at, very fun to look at. So yeah, we're gonna get to the first checkpoint, or like one of the next checkpoints here soon enough, I hope. I believe this is where I went. I don't actually think I've been back here in my save file, like into this big pseudo hub they've got going on. I think I just went up here. And this is where I've stayed. Because I believe this is a mountaintop. Or maybe not. Yeah, no, this is the elevator to the mountaintop. So yeah, the game is also split up into sections. So there's like, kind of like Metroid. There is a snowy area, there's a fire area. I believe there's a little bit of a water area that are based around enemies in water. Obviously. There's our checkpoint. Yeah, so there's only 3 markers, so there's only 3 bosses in this area. There's one to the right, one to the left, one above us. Or well, forward, I suppose. This way. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to spoil anything else, because the real fun of this game, the real fun and the frustration of this game is figuring these bosses out yourself. I would not recommend, if you're going to play this game and you haven't really seen anyone do anything on it, if you're going to play this game, do it yourself. And if it's too frustrating, I mean, I understand having to look something up and, getting past something, but genuinely use your brain, use your puzzle-solving skills that I know everybody has, and solve these bosses, because it's very much a puzzle, and it is so satisfying when you finally figure out the puzzle to the boss, because they're all one-hit kills, from what I understand. I haven't gone further into the game, like super far into the game, but once you expose the weak point of the boss, which can take a few steps, like the big jelly ball took several shots to expose his weak point. Once it's exposed, the only thing you gotta do is hit it with an arrow. But yeah, that's Titan Souls, and I hope you guys, if you don't have this already or haven't experienced this game already, please go ahead and pick this up. It is a great little indie title. It deserves attention, which I know it got. I know it was on the when it came out last summer. It was this last summer. It was on the rotation for the PlayStation summer sale. So I'm sure lots of people picked it up, and it got lots of attention. But it needs the attention, and it deserves the attention. And Titan Souls is awesome. And this has kind of been sitting in my library for a while, and I wanted to do an indie game, and I figured something I haven't played in a while is a good way to throw it on back to the indie games. But yeah, that's Titan Souls. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go pick up Titan Souls if you haven't. If it seems like your kind of thing, if it seems like even vaguely your kind of thing, I think you should pick it up. Devolver is a great studio. Check out their other titles. I believe they did... I know they did Hotline Miami and Hotline Miami 2. I'm not quite sure what else they've done. I know I've seen their name on other things, though. So, check out Devolver. Little indie studio. They're great. From what I understand, I haven't actually played Hotline Miami 2. But the first one is awesome if you like kind of super fast-paced, top-down, also kind of puzzly, like how to get through an area. It's puzzly. It's kind of like this. Not quite, but much like this in this way of don't get hit. Everybody dies in one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out Devolver and their other stuff. And yeah, that'll do it for you. Have a good day, guys, or evening, night, whatever it is for you. All right. See you in the next one, guys.